the Honourable Member for Douglas North, Mr Wallenburg.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. At the outset of this Parliament, this House selected a Chief Minister. Along with Mr Thomas, I chose to abstain rather than support either of the standing candidates. There is no doubt in my mind that I would not hesitate to make that same choice today, given the same candidates. But as an elected representative, I owe a debt to the people that put me here to speak and act on their behalf. There is a clear line of responsibility, of loyalty, from me to them. I pledged then, as I do now, to work for the betterment of all the people of this island, to put aside prejudices and work for the common good. I said I would support the Chief Minister, whoever that was, where I thought the direction was taken was the right one, and I said I would challenge when it was not the case. I believe I've kept to my word on both of those measures. The motion before us today offers a clear fork in the road. But does it? Because what is not so clear is the alternative to what we have. In fact, it is conspicuous by its absence. Whilst what we have is not perfect, it sets a direction of travel. The alternative is what? It is the glaring void in contrast. Mr. Speaker, we are beyond simple protest votes. The stakes are simply too high. The motion today would have been immeasurably improved had it laid forth an alternative. And by that I mean not just for the Chief Minister, but for his or her council. If this motion carries today, every member who votes for this motion will be collectively accepting responsibility for what comes next, regardless of what that may be. And what comes next is a shot in the dark. To not come up with an alternative plan, it is lazy, it is self-indulgent, and it is insulting to every member of this House. I understand the frustrations by the mover. I share many a political view with him, but it would appear not all. It is my determination that this motion advocates regime change for the sake of regime change. And regime change without a comprehensive plan of what is to come next cannot be a serious proposal. It is not even half-baked. It is absent. It is gone. It is in the ether. It doesn't exist. As I have said, the stakes are far too high to take such a cavalier approach. It is irresponsible almost to the point of being unethical when the problems that we face are so pressing. This is not something I can accept, never mind support. And I remind the House that I did not vote for this Chief Minister in 2021. But now, honourable members, is not the time for opportunistic political posturing or game playing. This is a serious thing we're doing. Today there will be one of two outcomes. The first is the motion fails. If this is the case, I would urge the Chief Minister to be cognizant that this does not point to a manufactured consent for him to carry on regardless. Rather, he should amend, refocus, and redouble our efforts on all of those things that truly matter: the economy, the diminishing reserves, the swollen government headcount, the health service, housing, energy transition, and our young people. And that's not all. The second outcome is that this motion is carried. And although not a binding result, which is another failing of the motion, to be non-statutory, non-binding, it's actually nonsense. I would find it impossible for the Chief Minister to remain in post. Consequently, I would expect his council to resign. Such an eventuality will cause even more disunity than what presently exists, and our existing problems will be far, far bigger. Honourable members, we know nothing of how these issues will be addressed in these circumstances. I, for one, am not willing to inflict that level of uncertainty on the people that I have pledged to serve. Should this motion be successful, what I would say directly to the mover is this: you cannot light the fuse and simply stand back and absolve yourself saying it is for someone else to pick up the baton of leadership. If this motion is carried and the mover has directly and purposefully set in motion a probable chain of events that will cause the baton of leadership to be relinquished at a critical time, and he himself therefore has an unquestioned and absolute responsibility to enter his own name as a candidate for Chief Minister. Mr. Speaker, then would be the time for the mover to step up and not step back. Maybe he should take a leaf out of his own book and have the courage of his own convictions and put his money where his mouth is. Finally, I would respect this House that every member who votes for this motion will be collectively accepting the responsibility of what comes next. Cool heads must prevail. We must have a clear resolve to overcome the challenges we collectively face and deliver for the people we represent. They themselves will rightly decide who stays, who goes, soon enough. I will not be supporting the motion. Thank you.
Yeah.